Hey guys, I just wanted to make a quick video for how to use Anaconda, how to install the correct libraries for some of the stuff we're doing this semester. Specifically, I'm making this kind of as a making sure you have all the computer vision stuff set up, as well as later when we get to machine learning. This is the website you use to get Anaconda. I actually posted this onto the code that I'll have along with this video, and so you just press download, install it. Please make sure you install to path when it asks. All path does is allow it, so when you go to CMD, right, so we have our regular CMD here. If we were to type in whatever is installed into the path, it'll actually understand where to go properly. And so in this case, conda, or in this case their command for CMD, if it's not installed to path, you wouldn't be able to do conda or any of its subcommands. So if I press conda, you can see I have subcommands. Please install to path, and if you have issues with that, let us know. We can help you with there. But once you've installed it, you're going to kind of get to this. You can actually, if I went to Anaconda and typed it into my computer, you can see that there's a few options. Sometimes these are nice, but Anaconda Navigator is what we're going to do for now. Update that later. You kind of end up at this page. What we're going to do is we're going to go to environments, and right here you can see I already have a few, but you're going to have none or a base. So we're actually going to create a new one, and all this is doing is creating a virtual environment with a brand new version of Python, whatever that is, so you can have different versions running on your computer. You can have different libraries on each one, and Conda's really good about dealing with issues between libraries. So let's just name it Sci for Society Artificial Intelligence, and we're going to create. And this is going to take probably 2-3 minutes, so I'm just going to pause the video for now, and then when it finishes install, I'll show you what to do next. Okay, so the packages have been installed, at least this virtual environment, and from here, if I went to not installed, you can see there is a huge list of libraries. So to start off, I'm just going to, this is a great way to look for libraries without having to type them by hand, but for now, let's just look up TensorFlow once it loads. No, I do not want to do that. Let's see. So we can see right here, if I type in TensorFlow, we have a ton of different versions. We're just going to use the regular one. We're going to click on that, and we're going to click apply, and it's going to add it to this virtual environment. It's as if I've installed the library through pip. Makes it really nice for this kind of stuff. Another benefit, actually, I guess, of having path installed for all this stuff is you can actually use it within your Visual Studio Code, or Visual Studio. In this case, I'm using Visual Studio Code, but you can see I have some of these libraries that I've previously installed not working. I do have how to install some of the libraries up here. But by pressing Control-Shift-P, and I will also post that in here, Control-Shift-P, go to Python, select Interpreter, you can see that I have a bunch of these different Anaconda interpreters already in here. And it makes it really, really, really useful. And you can enter interpreter paths and all that. And so you can actually add your Anaconda, your virtual environment on here to your Visual Studio Code. Now, if you look on here and I were to right click on this once this is done loading, you can actually go to that file path and add it here. A lot of times it'll do it automatically. I probably just have to actually reset this page. Let's see. So I press Control-Shift-P, select interpreter. Take a second to load here. Let's see if we see it. Yeah, there it is right there. See at the bottom? Sci. So all it took was me just actually closing out and opening it back up. And when we click on this, what's cool is while we don't have it all appear on here yet, see how none of these libraries are currently installed into the Sci? I'm just going to press this because it'll actually conda activate. This is your command. So if I were to go to here as well and do conda activate, and then since I named it Sci, we're going to type Sci, it now puts me into that virtual environment. And I can do whatever pip installs I want right here. You can also do it down here, but you can also do it right here. So right here you can see I have pip install pillow. So let's just copy and paste. And what this does is it adds it to that virtual environment. Looks like it's not working, so we're going to type it by hand. And now it'll add it to that virtual environment. Makes it really nice. So boom, now we have it. If we go back to here, we can see that there's a ton of packages that'll be installed with that TensorFlow. And when we press apply, this is the equivalent of doing that pip install I just showed you. Another thing is if any of these packages are in Conda, you can do Conda install, and it should have CV2. So we're going to actually do this once this is done installing. And once that's done, we're going to check and see if CV2 is installed. But you should be able to just at this point follow along with each of these steps. And it'll run in that virtual environment because we went to Control-Shift-P and selected it here. It'll actually run in that environment now. And once I add all these will all disappear. So it's a very, very easy way of getting everything installed properly. So if there's any questions, let us know.